Thanos is fucked. Thanos, you're fucked. Listen, alright guys, as you know, Captain Marvel's out today. Well, I don't know when you're watching this video, but Captain Marvel came out and I literally just came back from watching it like 5 minutes ago, and the first thing I gotta say is Thanos, you're fucked. Captain Marvel's gonna beat your ass. Anyways, so what is going on guys, it's your boy Michael Z, yeah, this is gonna be a Captain Marvel movie review, and there will be potential spoilers. If you don't want to hear any of it, make sure you close this video right now, go watch Captain Marvel, then jump back right in and watch this video again so you know what I'm talking about. And that film, it was crazy. I don't want to get too spoilery, but things I say will have spoilers. But yeah, start with the acting. All of the actors and actresses, they were fantastic. They were brilliant. Their acting was supreme. Like supreme, like, you get me? Like supreme. Especially Brie Larson, you know, which, you know, it's not really, I've never seen her, you know, do a lot of superhero films. I don't think so anyways. Maybe don't quote me on that. But it didn't feel forced. It didn't feel like out of place. She played Captain Marvel very well. She was marvelous. Well, yeah, so her acting was on point. Nick Fury, Samuel L. Jackson, his acting is always on point. You know, he's been here 10 years ago since the Iron Man. Hey, Tony Stark, I'd like to talk to you about the Avengers Initiative. And in this film, we come to understand why he named it the Avengers Initiative, why he wanted to create the Avengers Initiative in the first place. Clark, Greg, Supreme, yeah, everybody was supreme in this film. Obviously, I may, you know, sound a bit biased, which I am. I'm owning up to it. I'm biased, but you can't deny that this film was very good, even though there was a lot of bad reviews from people, you know, like, I don't want to get to the politics and that, but like, if you throw away all of the politics and that, just watch this film as a Marvel origin film. Like, I think you will love it, and if you don't love it, check yourself, you know, there's something wrong with you. Let's get on to the CGI. I will give it like an 8 out of 10. It's not like Infinity War CGI, but it's not bad either. I give it 8 out of 10. Like, some people might even say that's a bit too generous. You know, when Captain Marvel goes binary, like, I didn't see any problems with that. It's just when she's in space and they kind of gotta like, her face was a bit off when she was like flying in space and that. But other than that, it was alright. It was good. On to the biggest concern. For me personally, right off the bat when I came out of the film, I was a bit confused, and I overheard someone else like talk about the same thing to their friends. It was about the Tesseract. Now, if you don't know what the Tesseract is, the Tesseract is one of the 6 Infinity Stones. And come on, do I need to go into the explanation? Like, you're watching this video, you must know what the Tesseract is. It's one of the Infinity Stones. Hey man, shut the fuck up, man. Sorry, loud neighbors. The Tesseract makes an appearance in this film as a energy source to end the Kree and Skrull wars, and it was used by Captain Marvel. Yeah, it's gonna get very spoilery right now. I'm warning you guys. If you don't want to get spoiled, don't watch this video yet. Watch it after. Don't forget to watch it after. Like, watch it after, okay? So yeah, Captain Marvel, she needed she wanted to end the Kree Skrull wars, right? There's I wouldn't say a lot, but there's a few plot twists that you wouldn't really expect. How Captain Marvel got her powers was from the Tesseract. Surprising, right? Like, what? But her powers came from an engine, right? A spacecraft engine that was used Tesseract energy to help, you know, sustain energy, which is why Nick Fury in the Avengers wanted to use the Tesseract to build weapons, because it was sustainable energy. Like, it had a lot of power to give off. Not the Power Stone necessarily, but it just had so much like sustainable energy that Captain Marvel somehow just unlocked her powers. People did say though that her powers was already in her, regardless, but that, you know, whatever happened to her, whatever came from the Tesseract, the power from the Tesseract, it unlocked her powers. You feel me? Like, she already had all those powers, but she just didn't. It was like maybe they're setting up for mutants. I'm not sure, but Captain Marvel isn't a mutant in the comics. But maybe they are setting up for mutants, saying how people, you know, on Earth have actually these X genes that needed to be unlocked due to another, like an impact or something traumatic or whatever it was, right? So, but yeah, the Tesseract was used by Marvel to build a light speed drive to carry a group of Skrull refugees to faraway galaxies, that because the Kree will never get to them. Guardians of the Galaxy, right, is a galactic thing, but we haven't explored, like, everything that's happened so far within the MCU is within one galaxy, is within our Milky Way. I'm suppose it's our Milky Way. Nothing has happened in the other galaxies yet. We don't know what other galaxies is doing, what other creatures there are in other galaxies, but with the power of the Tesseract, obviously you could travel space-time, and that you could travel through anywhere in the universe. So Captain Marvel trying to help the Skrull refugees away from this galaxy, the Milky Way, where it's dominated by Kree nations, right? I'm surprised the Kree and Odin never, you know, had the fight. Maybe that's why Odin stopped at the 9 realms, because he knew that if he went any further, he would have ended up fighting with the Kree nation, Kree force. Interesting thought. The Tesseract makes an appearance in this film. However, this film was set in 1995. In 1995. I did my calculations. Yeah, don't worry. Trust me, 1995. This film happens in 1995. I said 1995. How many fives now? Like 5 times. Because the Tesseract was on Marvel's spaceship, which was in orbit at the time, how did it like ended up being because I thought Howard Stark had the Tesseract when he fished out of the ocean looking for Captain America, and it was said by Nick Fury during the first Avengers when he was recruiting Captain America. So Howard Stark had the Tesseract all that time, and as you know, Howard Stark was killed on December 16, 1991. If you don't know all of these details, they're not even details, man. They're like general knowledge. Is go watching Captain America Civil War, you understand what I'm talking about. Well, Howard Stark died, right, in a car crash on December 16, 1991, and he was one of the founders of S.H.I.E.L.D. But how did let me close this window real quick. But how did Marvel ended up having it, like obtaining the Tesseract? Because that was never explained. Marvel said she spent half of her life's work, like half of her life, looking to end the wars between the Kree and the Skrull, and we find out that the Tesseract is her way, but it was never explained how she like obtained the Tesseract, because obviously no one's like, the Tesseract was in S.H.I.E.L.D.'s possession if Howard Stark Howard Stark fished it out of the water, so there's no way that Marvel can just obtain it like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it can't be no consequence. There can't be any consequences. And there was a few Easter eggs, like Pegasus, named Pegasus, in Iron Man 2, when Tony Stark was building his new Axe reactor, which by the way is also based on Tesseract technology. It's getting a bit hot in here. Which is also based on Tesseract technology. I don't know if you guys remember, Howard Stark said, "I built this for you. This is the key to the future is here," and like new elements and that which is not found on the periodic table, and all of that is the Tesseract energy. Because Howard Stark fished it when he was looking for Captain America. Captain America's ship crashed in the Arctic Circle around 1946-ish, and I'm assuming they probably weren't searching for him like straight away. So he had it like for nearly 40 years. You know what I'm saying? So he did a lot of studies on it, but he was limited by the technology of his time to carry it further. So maybe they just kept it in a vault somewhere, and probably that's how Marvel obtained it or something, like broke into the vault. But that was the only like brain teaser for me. Other than that, there wasn't much plot holes that I really like. I found maybe if you found any other plot holes or confusions or inconsistencies, make sure you put them down in the comments below, so I could do a video about it perhaps. Yeah, stay behind. There's 2 end credit scenes, okay? And both of them are amazing. Like the first end credit scene, it made me jump out of my seat when I realized it was just whoa! Like you know, it was that kind of reaction. The second one was a good one as well. That was my Captain Marvel 2019 movie review, and as you know, oh, also by the way, the Stan Lee tribute was rest in peace, Stan Lee. The Stan Lee tribute was very well made. It showed a lot of respect to Stan Lee. If he was alive, I would I wish, man, he didn't get to see like Avengers Endgame. You know, sometimes I'm scared that I don't end up, like something happens to me and I don't get to see Avengers Endgame. Like that would be really sad. Thank you guys for watching, and make sure you subscribe, hit that like button because it means a lot to me. Till next time, peace.